You did hear that right. Porn star name, last name's Laycock, which in French translates to the cock, you know. Middle school was a fun time. A lot of good nicknames in middle school. Liaison cock, no cock, lay penis, just no cock at all, you know, just lay penis. You know. My brother's name was William. When he was a kid, they called him Willie. So the question was, Willie Laycock? He did actually. I have a nephew now. I also used to work at Amazon, and then they fired me. They never actually told me. My coworker told me. They were like, "Oh, you're fired." I'm like, "Well, that's interesting information." But yeah, you may be wondering how tall I am. I am 75 gumballs. 75 and a half to be real. It's actually the length of a party sub, basically. So if I died, I could feed like 20, 25 people, like this half of the room, the shitty side, you know, which ironically is the side that I was sitting on, so it's like, what are we saying? Anyway, any cannibals in here? Show of hands, you know what I mean? If I could feed 25 people, you have a cannibal? Cool. I wasn't expecting anyone to raise their hand, to be honest, you know. What part did you eat, you know? Do I want to know, or is that need to know information, you know?
I would go for your toes.
Go for the toes? I mean, keep the foot fetish stuff to yourself, sir. You know what I mean? I knew I should wear closed-toed shoes, but hey, it is open-toed shoe season, so should. I mean, if two people did want to eat each other, I don't really see the harm. You're gonna make me say it, right? All right, I want to say it. Lesbians do it all the time, you know what I mean? Okay, there we go. The smart half over here. I was a communication major at the University of Cincinnati. What does a communication major do? They overthink things to the point where they don't say anything, ironically enough. I also overthink things when people say stuff to me. I'm like, what the fuck did you just, oh wait, okay, never mind, sorry. This is awkward. So you're laying awake at night or day, it doesn't matter when you have social anxiety, and you're just like, man, should I have said that? What else could I have said? Do you think whales are going, do you think they're talking to a specific whale? Or do you think they're putting out there, just like single male whale looking for some female whale tail, you know? I don't know, you know? But I actually teach public speaking. Fun fact, did you know that Americans are more afraid of dying than public speaking? Yeah. 41% thought public speaking was scarier than dying. Dying was their number one fear, at 19% of people. But doesn't that depend on how you're dying? You know, like, I'd rather give a 5-minute informational speech about alligators than getting eaten alive by alligators, but that's just me. I mean, but like my Egyptian ex, I might be in denial. Boo. You can't heckle, I'll do it for you. Boo. Oh, and by the way, that statistic was from 1977, so don't believe everything you hear up here. I also work at the Renaissance Fair. Anybody? Huzzah! No. For those of you who haven't gone, go. You know, because you might go and you might like it. You know what I mean? Or you find out you hate it. You hate standing in line, looking at some bozo who's got a goblet in his hand going, "Oh, hello there, governor. And you got a nice bottle of water for this sculpture." Yeah, it cost me $3, you know what I mean? I also like karaoke. Funnily enough, you know, I didn't think someone was going to mention it, but I do like doing Conway Twitty, you know? I like going up and going, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty," you know? Sometimes when I get really bored, I'll do Frank Sinatra's "My Way" as Kermit the Frog, you know? Wait, really? Genuinely? I didn't think, you know?
Honestly, it just takes commitment, you know? It's not easy being green, but to say the things he truly feels are not the words of one who kneels.
I was gonna say, to say that, wait, did I read that?
Oh, the record shows I took the blows and did it my way.
Anyway, I also like to do, I also like
Please give it up for your next comment, Serena Robinson.